What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your best bud review bud. Today we're going to be reviewing Big Narstie Medical's Rainbow Sherbet, 23% THC hybrid that's been getting attention for its flavor profile and balanced effects. We're going to be breaking down the full terpene profile, what those terpenes actually do, and how changing your vape temperature completely changes the experience. So let's get into it. Now, Rainbow Sherbet is typically a dessert-style hybrid known for fruity, citrus sweetness with a creamy, slightly spicy back end. On paper, this is usually a balanced hybrid leaning slightly relaxing, but as always, we don't just look at the THC, we look at the terpene profile. So let's break down those terpenes. Based on Rainbow Sherbet's genetics and typical lab data, as it's a Big Narstie Medical product, they don't publicize their lab data publicly, but this is what we're likely working with. So we're going to have caryophyllene, peppery, slightly spicy. This terpene interacts with CB2 receptors, and it's often associated with anti-inflammatory support and body comfort. This is part of what gives that grounded, steady body feel. Then we have limonene, bright citrus. This is where the sherbet sweetness comes from, linked to mood elevation, stress reduction, and that slight uplifted buzz. If this batch expresses limonene well, you'll feel it in the head first. Then we have myrcene, earthy, slightly herbal, associated with muscle relaxation and a softer body onset. Too much myrcene can push sedation, but in balanced hybrids, it rounds things out nicely. Then we have linalool, floral, lavender-like. This adds the calm. It smooths out any raciness from THC and limonene. Then we have humulene, earthy, woody, often subtle, but contributes to anti-inflammatory potential and depth in flavor. So the effect profile, and what does this mean in real terms? So you can expect an uplifted mood, reduced stress, gentle body relaxation, clear but calm headspace, and at moderate doses this sits in that functional but relaxed category. Higher doses, it can be more body heavy. So let's move on to the temperature breakdown. Now this is where things get interesting. So when you're vaping it at the lower temperatures, or 160 to 170, this is going to be the light and functional range. You're activating lighter terpenes like pinene and early limonene. THC release is mild. Effects are going to be clear-headed, slight mood lift, very functional, and maximum flavor. Perfect for daytime or anxiety-sensitive patients. Rainbow Sherbet at this temp will taste like citrus forward and clean. Then at 170 to 180, this is the balanced hybrid sweet spot. Now you're getting full limonene, myrcene, caryophyllene, and the THC extraction increases. The effects are going to be noticeable euphoria, relaxed body, reduced tension, and still mentally clear. This is likely the best range for most patients. At the higher temperature of 180 to 190, is going to have the body and calming zone. Heavier terpenes start dominating. Effects are going to be muscle relaxation, anxiety reduction, more physical heaviness, and less sharp cerebral edge. The flavor drops slightly and becomes earthier, and this is going to be best for evening use. At 190 to 205 or plus, this is going to be your night mode. Maximum THC extraction and heavier compounds. Effects are going to be a strong body stone, sedation, appetite stimulation, and sleep support. So the flavor is going to be much reduced, and the vape is going to be thicker. This is going to be best reserved for night time. Now, based on the terpene synergy, this strain may support patients who suffer from stress and anxiety, low mood, mild to moderate pain, muscle tension, or just want an evening wind down. It's not necessarily going to be ideal for high energy daytime tasks at higher temperatures, or patients extremely sensitive to THC. Now, as we get on to the scoring, the aroma and flavour, again, like I've said in previous videos, Big Narstie Medical out of the tub is very muted, I find. But a couple of days in a jar with a Boveda, you do get some of those terps and the flavour back out. So I've given this 7 on the flavour and aroma. For effects, this is going to be an 8. The effects are definitely there, and like I said, with the different temperatures it is quite versatile. You've got a nice tasting flower at the lower temperatures, and then some heavier sedation effects and more of a stone effect at the higher temperatures. Then for value, when I got this was $59.50. Now the Big Narstie has reduced all of his lines by £10, so this is now $49.50. And I thought this was good value at $59.50, so $49.50 is even better. And I've given this a 9 for value, so an overall score of 7.5 for the Rainbow Sherbet. And again, the value is what is really bringing the score up for this one. So Rainbow Sherbet from Big Narstie Medical is a solid hybrid option if you're looking for mood elevation without overwhelming sedation, especially if you can control your temperatures properly. Keep it in that 170 to 180 range and you'll get the best balance of flavour and therapeutic effect. Push it higher and it becomes much more of an evening strain. If this breakdown helped you understand your prescription better, drop a like, subscribe and comment what strain you want reviewed next. This is medical cannabis education, not medical advice. Always follow your prescribing clinician's guidance, and I'll see you in the next one.